Evil Dead Rise is about Mother of the Year nominee Ellie and her journey to try and win that award. It's not. It's about. It is about Ellie. It's also about her awesome sister Beth and her three incredibly stupid kids. Seriously, these fucking kids, they're so dumb. The plot's pretty thin. Caleb, Ellie's older son, finds a book made of teeth and skin and decides to do some light reading before bed, which, as you can assume, goes pretty fucking poorly. And as with all Evil Dead movies, a orgy of chopping chainsaws and claret follows. This movie is for people who love the Evil Dead franchise. This is a more serious entry, but it does keep the vibe. It's for people who are looking to develop or already have a monster fetish. I don't know why. I feel like they made Maggot Mummy pretty hot in this. So, careful, it'll sneak up on you. One day you'll be watching this, the next you'll be on all the darkest corners of Twitter and DeviantArt. Like a true child of the night, if you crave blood, this movie is for you. It has fountains of blood. I don't recommend watching this if you hate gore or body horror. If you need a clever story in your horror, this is not Von Trier, this is not Ari Aster. It's an Evil Dead movie. If you like Evil Dead because of its humor, surprisingly, they didn't go down that road with this. This is a more serious entry, a bit like 2013. It's not as funny, but it does all the splatter well. And I'm going to level with you. It's not a particularly clever film. It knows exactly what it's going for. It's like the Doom of movies, right? It's entertaining, but it's not exactly cerebral, and it's got some minor flaws. But that depends what you're going in for, right? Do you want to go away and analyze all the cinematography and sound design and character development? Yes, okay. Skip this film. It's probably not for you. Do you want to see demons get chewed up by a chainsaw? Also, yes. This is for you. This movie was made as a delivery system for demons to a chainsaw. Alyssa Sutherland is the MVP of this movie. I'm not just saying that because she's also an Aussie. You could just tell when you watch it, she's having so much fun. She is one of the best Deadites I've ever seen. She's a fucking joy to watch. And she eats this movie up in more ways than one. I mean, it might just be me. Maybe you'll watch this movie and go like, Jake, you've watched too many movies. You fucking freak. I feel like they made Maggot Mummy kind of attractive in this. I don't know if they meant to do that. It was weird. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe my radar's just off from all the fucking horror I've been watching recently. Or maybe it was because she's a cool alt tattooist mum. I don't know. All I'm saying is, I reckon I could fix her. Alright? Also, this movie has one of the best lines I've seen in a horror movie in fucking ages. Mummies with the maggots now. Great line. Like, that is, for me, all-time pantheon with some of the shit that Reagan spews in The Exorcist. That's fucking great. What a great line. I know it was in the trailer, but such a good line. Really well delivered. It also, if I went up to someone and said, hey, I know you don't watch horror, what do you think is in a horror film? They would probably nail 90% of the gore and imagery in this. There is plenty of stabbings, there's plenty of contortion work, there's lots of climbing up on the walls and screeching in a good way. It knows its audience and it plays to its strengths really well. The kills are fantastically over the top and the body horror is phenomenal. It's probably the best body horror I've seen since Color Out of Space with Nick Cage. So if that's what you're about, jump in, the water's fine. Because this is exactly what this film is. There are a few flaws with this movie. One being they made the kids really fucking dumb. Like, are you seriously, as a 13-year-old, going to read from an ancient book made of skin adorned with teeth? I can't sympathize with that level of buffoonism. Seriously, you fucking teaspoon. Why would you do that? They also take ages when shit starts kicking off. They're like, oh, it takes ages for the kid to jump to, like, oh, maybe it's the fucking evil book that I've got in my room that I read from. I just didn't like that bit of it. There's also a subplot at the cabin. Doesn't really have any impact on the film whatsoever. The only reason I can think of that it would be in this is because some network person's been like, we need this, build a sequel. and I fucking hate when they do that. So that's the only reason. I mean, it's Evil Dead. You're probably going to get a sequel. It's a massive franchise, but it seemed shoehorned in there. But if you're looking to just turn your brain off mainline popcorn and watch people get shredded, that's what this movie does. This movie does that really well. I'm not saying it's a masterpiece. It is a delivery system for blood and gore. That's what this movie is. It does it really well. Don't expect too much story. Don't expect too much humor. Expect a few major plot holes. But if you're just in it to see people get absolutely torn to pieces while things scream through the wall, that's what this movie is. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate the fuck out of it. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for another review. Peace.